Viewers like you make this program possible. Support your local PBS station.
Look out, French people.
It's romance time.
Bonsoir.
It's not just the beauty of Paris that keeps calling me back. I get direct calls from pastries.
Some bombe de vanille, so vanilla bomb.
And chickens.
To you and to chicken.
There are still great chefs I haven't met yet.
Yeah.
And lots of food that hasn't met me.
Cheers.
So let's go. It's all next on...
Je vais prendre ce que Phil prend.
It does not disappoint.
There were things I never tasted growing up, like food with any flavor. In our house, meat was a punishment. When I went into the real world, I was like a man coming out of the desert. Then I started writing comedy and traveling to other lands to eat. The world can be a beautiful, delicious, and friendly place when we travel and eat great food together. I'm Phil Rosenthal, and I'm here to see and eat most of it and to say to you, come on, you can have what I'm having.
When you get to Paris for the first time and you start walking down the streets, you're like in a picture book. You don't even realize how much of our childhood is tied up in these images. The spirit of Paris and the French food and all these smells, and you literally hear accordion music playing as you walk down the tiny cobblestone streets, and then you turn the corner and you see Notre Dame. Or you turn the corner and there's the Eiffel Tower. And all the beautiful architecture, and it's all gorgeously designed. And then the food, the chicken and the croissants, the pastries. It's just like, why? You start thinking, why do I live anywhere else? It's crazy.
Paris was founded in 250 BC, but what's amazing to me is not only how beautiful it is, but that it hasn't been ruined over time. It certainly evolved, but the romance has been preserved. My first trip to Paris was 30 years ago. I'm here this week to see how it's holding up. I always arrive in Paris wanting to eat. I wouldn't call it an obsession, but it is a little like an obsession.
Hey. Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Hey, Phil.
This is our Parisian production assistant, Marion.
This is an electric car.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Nice, no?
All right. You like hot chocolate?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
The best hot chocolate I've ever had is on the Rue de Rivoli in Paris. It's called Angelina. It's very famous. If you take one thing away from this show, it's that Angelina is the best hot chocolate in the world. In the world.
Joan of Arc, hello. Coming soon, a renovated Angelina. It's closed?
Yeah.
What happened? It's all torn up inside. You see, they're working.
They were closed for renovation. You know when you have a craving for something and you gotta have it, so now where am I gonna get my hot chocolate fix?
It's closed. Look how I saw that Angelina is closed and it starts to rain.
Yeah, so we should go to another place. I know a place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, good one. It's Les Deux Magots.
I've heard of Dumago.
You heard of it?
I've never had hot chocolate. I'm happy to try a new thing. That's what traveling is all about. Maybe you don't know that this being closed, what seems like the worst thing to ever happen to me, could lead to something nice. Your whole reputation is riding on this.
Okay.
This hot chocolate at Domago.
Okay.
They're famous. You know what they're famous for, really?
Brecht and Hemingway and Picasso and James Joyce, all these great people, this is where they hung out.
I don't think the writers and the artists came for hot chocolate, do you?
I don't know, maybe. I think they're still there.
You know what they came for?
What?
That's all they did.
Yeah, maybe you're right, yeah.
Let's pour.
This is the first test. How does it look coming out? Oh, that's what you want to see.
Like someone just melted a dark chocolate bar.
All right, here's the big test, everybody.
Okay. Señor Prost. Nice, no?
Nice. This is really good. I thought it was over. I thought it was over before it began. I thought Angelina is closed, and this stinks, and I hate everything, and I hate Paris, and I hate the French, and I hate the rain, and I hate Europe. I have to say, it's a little different from Angelina. I'm gonna say just as good. Give me a cheers.
Cheers.
Marion. Way to go, Marion.
And now Marion has one more thing she wants me to try.
Wait a minute. I gotta pull back because this was set for a little doll. Look out, French people. I just want to hit the mime on a bike. I would do Paris a favor.
And Paris does us a favor by turning getting around town into an art form. Sure, it has the bike program where you swipe your card and you take out a bike.
Au revoir.
But Paris does that one better.
They have an electric car program. You put in your card, you take an electric car around the city, you park it, plug it in, ready for the next guy.
Perfect. So,
That's it. Wow, this is stuff we should be doing. Why aren't we doing this? Not so hard.
No, you see?
So far, I'm doing pretty well because there have been no deaths. But the night is young.
Here's the thing about the open markets in Paris. The French love to shop every day. They want their produce to be fresh. They also have small refrigerators, so it has to be fresh. And it's also a very social activity. Plus, the vibrancy and the colors are so beautiful, it's like you're in a painting. But today I'm at the Marché d'Aligue to meet French-American chef Alix Lacloche, who trained with the masters here in Paris and is a regular on French television. She brought me here to this 200-year-old stable-turned market to first drink out of an old horse trough.
Tastes like Sancerre.
Oui, exactly.
And now the real reason for this excursion? To find my true love. Is this the best roast chicken in Paris?
Is there a historical importance to chicken in France? Why is the chicken so good here? Why is it
why
a
is it
national
like-
dish? It feels like a national
Ah.
treasure.
A cultural thing of Sunday to gather together. You know, the woman goes and plucks the chicken, kills it,
Yeah.
and kills it and plucks it, and then, you know, has the whole family at the table. It's more like a family thing.
A tradition
traditional thing.
of
Yeah,
Sunday, and chicken is usually the centerpiece.
completely.
This market, this guy, this is your favorite chicken to buy.
Oui.
They say the true test of a chef is how's his chicken.
Salé, poivré à l'intérieur, c'est tout ce qu'on fait, nous.
Super simple.
Voilà.
There's only salt and pepper.
Well, right away I'm seeing this is the color of chicken you want to see. Oh yeah, bravo.
So this is our first contestant. It's the low-priced model, about $12.
Here's a table. It's used for ping pong, but we can use it for chicken. All right, here we go. The big taste test. I'm doing this.
Go. This is like candy to me.
The guy's a master. The little bit of salt and pepper that he put on it comes through.
And it's not too salty either.
No, perfect. The skin is perfect.
That's round one. Round two a little later. But this one's gonna be tough to beat.
To you and to chicken.
And to chicken.
I think if you come to Paris, you have to see everything during the day, and then you have to see everything at night. Otherwise, you're missing at least half of it. I came here 30 years ago, and the artist Christo wrapped that bridge. The entire Pont Neuf was wrapped in a gold shimmery fabric, and it was like a party in Paris. Not that it's not beautiful now. This has been photographed by everybody. These boat rides, they're very touristy and very commercial, but for a very good reason. They're spectacular. It's phenomenal to take a boat that lights up everything on both sides as you go, up and down the Seine.
And now they're passing under this bridge, the Pont des Arts, which is incredibly festooned with padlocks.
Placed here by couples from all over the world.
This is a lot of guys hoping for a lot of action. By the way, who decided that the padlock was going to be the symbol of love?
One of the most influential chefs in the world is Alain Passard, who was an early proponent of the whole farm-to-table movement. And this is his 3-star Michelin restaurant, L'Arpège. In 2001, Chef Passard began creating vegetable-centric dishes. And he needed so many vegetables that he opened 3 gardens outside of Paris to supply the restaurant. Before eating at L'Arpège, he insists that I make the trek out to one of his gardens in the Loire Valley to see where his dishes are born. The best way to travel around France, to travel around Europe, is by train. The trains go everywhere, and this trip, which is 3 hours by car, is only an hour on the TGV high-speed train.
This is where dinner at L'Arpège comes from?
Yes.
Okay.
Every vegetable, yeah.
What is different about this garden than other gardens? It looks wilder than other gardens.
Très naturel.
So he's saying that here they're cultivating an entire ecosystem. Yeah. So they're letting the animals have their homes here, the insects, the microbial life under the soil that then feeds the hedgehogs and the muskrats.
This enhances not only the nutritional value, but even the taste of the fruits and vegetables.
Chef Passard's approach is to work with nature and let nature dictate what it wants to give us.
Chef Passard's garden produces all the vegetables needed at L'Arpège, and all of the work is done either by hand or by horse.
Well, this looks like a state-of-the-art machine.
Ah oui, oui, c'est l'autre niveau de technologie, quoi.
I got to know the horse a little bit. I enjoyed the horse when I wasn't terrified of it.
I feel you. I feel you.
Look, it's 2 horses' asses.
I know you couldn't tell by looking at me, but I'm not much of an outdoorsman.
Is this good?
No, it's the mother. The mother of the...
They call it the mother potato, yeah.
Quand on a planté, en fait, on a planté celle-là.
I killed Mom.
Donc elle est...
Do I put it back?
Non, 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 non.
Oh, désolé.
On the floor.
Very good, mother potato. Look at that. I just wiped that off with my thumb, not even water. And look at the color. Oh. It's wonderful.
By the way, 5 minutes into picking, I organized the workers and we went on strike.
What's this? I could eat this? You could.
I don't want to be the one to say yes. Delicious.
Really?
Yeah. Wild plum. Really tart. Kind of sweet. Good, right?
Fireworks going off. They were so delicious, I must have eaten 25 plums.
Really?
I
This
know.
is like a Disney movie.
Jackpot.
Now watch. Chef Passard comes out. What have you done? You idiot. Every plum is worth 3,000 francs. Have
That's
this tree
the
sent to my house.
In just a few hours, the vegetables arrive at L'Arpège. They never see the inside of a refrigerator. Chef Passard inspects every delivery the way a jeweler looks at a diamond. I'm surprised he doesn't have them shipped in armored trucks. And now the exciting part for me, we get to see the other side of his influence, the creative side.
He has an eye. He's also a jazz musician. And to see him improvise a dish right in front of you is spectacular. A great musician playing a song just for you.
C'est la poésie. Il faut mettre de la poésie dans sa cuisine.
Chef says that what he likes most is, you know, put some poetry in his cooking, you know?
Yes.
Savoir jouer un petit peu avec les couleurs.
Play with the colors, the
It's a
look.
painting already.
Yes,
It's so
c'est
beautiful.
déjà une peinture, chef.
Toujours cette beauté du geste. Hein.
A lot of people don't talk about this. A lot of chefs don't speak about this. They talk about the ideas, but they leave out the technical part of your dexterity with your fingers. The way you plate something or cook something or cut something makes a big difference, not just in the presentation, but in the flavor of the food.
He found in the vegetables the way to express himself and his passion for colors.
But then, do you find if the colors go together, that the flavors necessarily go together?
Toujours. Ce sont des familles. On est dans des familles.
Those are families.
Et après,
And if it's the same color, then it goes together.
respecter le printemps, l'été, l'automne et l'hiver.
You never cross the season in the garden or in the place.
Really?
Yes, never. We never
So
do
you'll
this.
never do it in this kitchen. You'll never have something.
never,
You'll never
because
have
we
a
only
tomato
work-
from the
no,
summer
never.
with a
Never.
with
We work
a
the
beet
tomatoes.
from the winter.
No.
This dish is so beautiful. I asked Chef Passard, what do you call this? And he says, potato salad.
Everything looks so good. I don't know what to taste for. I gotta try this purple potato. What's this?
You know, it's like pumpkin, you know?
Pumpkin seed
Yeah,
oil.
yes,
That's what
yes.
he put on it. Karima, do you want some?
Thank you.
Probably eat this all day,
It's
right?
all for you.
All for me?
Yes, it's all for you.
All for me. Maybe the nicest 3 words I've heard in Paris. All for you.
So, as if all this isn't enough, Chef Passard has offered me a special treat today. So I escaped the heat of the kitchen for the cool of the dining room.
Sorbet prune sauvage, basilic pourpre et amandes fraîches. Just for you.
Wow.
Just for you. That's almost as good as all for you.
These are the plums. These are the plums. Turned magically into sorbet. And then a very nice young man just came over and he said, you can't have that without this 1968 port. No, of course I can't have this without this. I'm not an animal. Come on. Purple basil. Wow. I was missing the whole thing there. You can go now. Look at that, the moon over the Eiffel Tower, all lit up. I don't think it gets more romantic than this. Balmy night in Paris, on a Ferris wheel, alone with a camera guy named Marshall.
The only thing I love in life as much as lunch or dinner is breakfast. Now, Paris makes it a little confusing because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between breakfast and dessert, which I also like. So how do the locals here start their day? Lucky for me, I meet up with American expat David Leibowitz, maybe the world's leading authority on French pastry.
Look at this. We're in a gorgeous neighborhood. Wait a minute. Look at this. There's Pizza Hut flyers on the cars. Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
I'm not, but I don't go there.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's Paris.
I think they're filming this.
I know. It's not my idea of Paris. I don't like it. I don't want Pizza Huts here.
The great pastry shop, Les Sucrés. You can have a wonderful lunch here. You don't have to get takeout pizza.
Look at this building. What should we do?
Well, they have the beautiful croissants. These are the best croissants in Paris.
That's quite a statement.
Wow, best croissants in Paris. Well, I think if David Leibowitz, who's written several books on the subject, including The Pastry Guide to Paris, if he says this is the best croissant, maybe you listen.
By the way, it is a football-sized
Now,
croissant.
that's a croissant.
Yeah, they're not fooling around.
And you can also tell the real croissants with butter are
Yeah.
straight. They're not curved. So when you come to Paris, always get the ones that are straight.
Why butter doesn't curve?
No, the curved ones are called croissant ordinaire, which are often made with other fats. And the croissant au beurre, the butter croissant, is always straight.
I learned something today. That's fantastic. All right, here we go.
Like, that's a croissant. Isn't that a great way to start the day?
It is the best croissant I've ever had. Can I tell you for sure it's the best one in Paris? Yes. There's layers of flavor, layers of flaky goodness and buttery niceness.
I mean, it's just amazing. You look at all that. It's like, it's beautiful.
You're here how many years now?
11.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stay, as you said, as long as they let you?
Yeah.
I just love that people of all ages are flocking to this neighborhood place.
Oh, yeah. Kids come out of the bakery, baguettes. And baguettes are interesting. They're sort of a new invention from this century. The word means wand or magic wand.
Yes.
And they're sort of something that's pretty Parisian.
I had no idea that it was so recent an invention.
Yeah. Well, because bread, the word boulangerie comes from the word ball, boule.
Yes.
So a bread maker was always someone who
round.
made the ball of bread.
So when that appeared, it was the new cool thing.
Well, it's good, you know, it's something you eat with food. It has lots of crust.
Right.
And they're cheap. The government regulates the price of baguettes and what's in them.
Look, there she is. She's happy with hers.
Kids don't get treated, they don't have kids' menus often at restaurants or cafes, because kids just eat what the parents eat.
And drink what the parents drink.
Well, it's interesting because French parents will often water down wine.
Yeah.
We in America think of wine as sort of this aloof, lofty, something you swirl and savor. But in France, it's a drink.
Yeah.
You go to the south of France and they fill a glass with ice and pour rosé over it, and that's...
Goes with dinner or lunch.
It's funny, I had a really big dinner last night, and I woke up saying I'm not eating anything today.
And here we go.
Yeah, people say, why'd you move to France? Why'd you move to France?
Yeah. Taste it.
Yeah.
That's a good reason. We've only just begun. I know when I travel, I just want to know where the best stuff is. Why would I have the second best? I'd like the best. So I go with David Leibowitz, and what is Paris famous for? Pastries.
And so David takes me to a real temple of the high-end stuff. This is the work of modern pastry genius, Pierre Hermé. And we have the place all to ourselves.
Look at the colors alone are mind-boggling. For me, this is not a sneeze guard, this is a drool guard.
Yes.
Look at this, it's literally a museum of chocolate and pastry. You wrote the books on this stuff, so what sets Pierre Hermé above some of the other places?
Pierre was probably the first pastry chef in France of our generation to get a lot of notoriety. He sort of broke the mold. He started using unusual flavors in pastries. You know, everybody was doing the same classic French pastries, and he said, well, I'm gonna add salt to this.
Yeah.
He loves foreign countries, so you'll find things with like passion fruit, tropical flavors, lychees. He's really a genius.
But also an artist. Look at the eye.
He wants us to be surprised and delighted and excited when we eat something.
Yeah, I'm all those things before eating.
I know you're so excited.
Yes, but now we have to eat something.
Okay.
Pierre Hermé has an incredible selection of macarons, awesome flavor combinations like grapefruit yogurt. There's their traditional salted caramel, but there's also an Asian soup-inspired one, a tam kha khai macaron, featuring coconut, ginger, lime, and cilantro.
It's fantastic. That's the most unusual and yet completely satisfying. Really great.
Now on to dessert. We're leaving a trail of crumbs.
Yes,
behind.
good.
You'll know us by our trail of crumbs.
Look, you can see the vanilla beans.
Yeah, so this is 3 different kinds of vanilla.
Yeah.
There's Mexican, there's Tahitian, and there's Madagascar vanilla. And each one lends a different flavor. Tahitian vanilla is very floral. Madagascar vanilla is very forceful.
Yeah.
And Mexican vanilla is just delicious.
Cheers.
Wow. So bombe de vanille, so vanilla bomb. Wow.
I'm a chocolate guy. That's phenomenal.
Well, we're getting
That's
to the chocolate.
phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I ran out of words.
So this is Ispahan,
Ispahan.
which is flavored with lychees,
Yeah.
raspberry, and rose water. That's like a little sandwich.
Wait, this is better than being a kid in the candy store. This is a kid being in one of the world's great friggin' pastry
Yeah,
shops.
this is probably not the way to eat this.
Oh, not like an animal?
No.
It's like a beautiful perfume. The rose, the...
It all comes together
lychee.
as this one flavor.
All right, that's awesome.
That's great.
And what I've been saving for last, the chocolate puzzle architectural beauty come to me.
It does not disappoint. And now I have to go to the hospital.
God, I love this place. So much to see, so much to eat. But this indulgence comes at a price, and it's time to pay the piper. I call this sequence a little something for the ladies.
A direct descendant of Alain Passard is Yves Camdebord, who about 10 years ago revolutionized Paris cooking by opening Le Comptoir. And he introduced this idea of bistronomy,
which advances Alain Passard's farm-to-table idea and makes it more accessible. Not just by price, but by
putting it in a more casual setting. We like to eat great food with very good ingredients, and we don't like to put on a suit and tie.
I meet Yves and his daughter Kitri in front of the restaurant, and I come bearing sweets.
I know. What is it?
This might be red pepper. Try it. I like that. Taste it.
Oh, I don't like red pepper.
It doesn't, I mean, it's sweet. You won't, if I didn't tell you it was red pepper, you wouldn't know.
It's fantastic.
I'm sorry.
I'm a very picky eater.
You seem tough. You like his food?
Yeah, I like his.
Do you
I
have
love
to
his
say
food.
that?
No, I really love his food. I eat here all the time.
Yves' wildly popular 20-seat restaurant is in the heart of the left bank along the Saint-Germain, and he's promised to whip something up for me, but only after we first go around the corner to his favorite fromagerie.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wow. This is France. All of France is in the case.
Look at this. This is the kind of relationship I want with my cheese lady.
You know everybody.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Phil. Nice to meet you.
His cheese lady's name is Twiggy.
How many different cheeses am I looking at?
Right now, she has about 120 or 130 different types of cheese, but in the winter, it can go up to 150.
Allez.
I like how, yeah. You whatever you want. Oh, look at that. I even like, that's a great presentation.
Oh, we can't get this at home. This is pure unpasteurized goodness. Yves orders a hunk of Paré de Brebis, and we head back to Le Comptoir.
Let's go in the kitchen.
It could be a dungeon. The building is from the 17th century.
The recipe he's gonna make with the cheese, he wants to give the cheese a more modern image, but keeping its original taste.
Yes.
The recipe kind of like a pastry. You have to follow the rule.
Precise.
C'est très précis, voilà.
Yves throws this beautiful piece of cheese into a pot and melts it down with milk and cream. Those of you who might be lactose intolerant should stop watching now.
The important part is just to melt the cheese and not to cook it, because otherwise it'll alter its taste and its texture.
He then puts it in a whipped cream dispenser and refrigerates it. Now look.
Oh, wow. Quince, pignoli, pine nuts.
Ça, c'est céleri.
Celery.
Yes. C'est la cerise.
Black cherry.
Black cherry. So you have a salad, a cheese, and a dessert all in one.
He had some herbs and olive oil to build the bridge between savory and sweet.
I like it.
Like it or love it?
It's so light, but so much flavor.
3 fois qu'on le fait.
It's only the third time they've been doing it, so it's new and they want to see how people react.
Does he want to see how people will react? That's how they'll react.
Now, before we go, Chef wants me to try some more cheese, Saint Marcelin, at his wine shop next door.
Good.
Amazing.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J'en ai trop mis? Demande-lui si j'en mets trop.
Did he put so much?
No.
It's never too much.
Never
right?
too much. Bless you.
Il met peut-être un petit rouge, Rick. Tu veux goûter, t'es obligé de. Ça te dérange pas, ça, hein?
Ça me dérange pas.
Ça te dérange pas, hein?
T'inquiète. Merci.
It's not just me. You think this is really good, too.
Oh, I think this is amazing.
Amazing.
En France, on dit que ça, c'est le petit Jésus en culotte courte. C'est-à-dire que c'est le sommet.
In France, we say that it's an expression, and we say that this is baby Jesus in a tiny underwear. It's like
The highest compliment. Baby Jesus in his tiny underwear.
And he's still not done with me. The man packs the most beautiful picnic basket you ever saw and takes me outside to play a French game called pétanque. You never heard of it? Imagine bocce with an attitude. We're joined by Yves' friend, fellow bistronomy chef Stéphane Jago, and my American friend and translator Adrian, who happily is just as clueless about this game as I am.
Stéphane Jago worked for Yves Condebord at the Hotel de Crillon, so there's this very nice synergy between all the chefs there and their pals.
France-Amérique. Okay, he said it's France against America.
This will be the one time we let you win.
Oh, tu veux qu'on se mélange?
Keep in mind, I'm not an athlete. In school, I was voted boy most likely to be punched by the boys who were athletes.
Je préfère les donner, moi.
He said, yeah, he prefers to be the one punching.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah.
The objective is pretty simple. You try to toss the larger balls as close to the tiny little yellow ball as possible. Simple for people with hand-eye coordination.
Phil, it's all you.
Ouais. Ça me fait, c'est des pros. Hop!
Yeah?
Yeah, ça s'appelle rester là dans la main. Ça s'appelle rester dans la main, ça.
I go again?
Yeah, yeah.
Sting, can we play the American version? The American version is who is the furthest away. Where does the name pétanque come from? Because it sounds like you hit a goose with a car.
Pétanque.
Ah, it's good.
Whoa!
Look at that. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut. And then gets that nut ripped out of his mouth.
That's a...
Okay.
Wow, I'm exhausted.
Ouais.
We played for 10 minutes, and now it's time to have lunch.
Wait.
All right, write this down. If you're gonna have to play pétanque, make sure one of the best chefs in France packs the picnic basket. Yves brought a bottle of Morgon, andouille sausage, boudin, chorizo, saucisson, all made by his brother, a hunk of cheese from Twiggy, sardines packed in butter, which is delicious, a can of pâté, cornichons, and of course, the bread.
This is the part of sports I'm good at.
Allô.
Merci.
Allô. Dis-lui que si on en boit bien beaucoup, on joue mieux après.
Okay, if you drink a lot, you play better.
Okay, I better start drinking.
The best part of pétanque was the lunch.
Là, c'est l'andouille.
Ah oui.
C'est ce que je préfère, peut-être.
Perfect.
Tu vois, ça, ce qui est important, c'est ça, bistronomie. Bon produit, bon moment,
Oui.
bonne vie,
Oui,
sur
oui,
une
oui.
table. Voilà, ça, c'est
Oui.
le vrai moment.
He said this is a real bistronomy. When
Yeah.
you have good food, good table, good people,
Yes.
and even pétanque.
Partage,
Yeah.
cœur, voilà.
Oui.
We were in the middle of one of the more beautiful parks I've ever been to, and this picnic created by these two master chefs. The price for this was me being humiliated at this game of pétanque.
Jesus, he's like an assassin.
Round after round after round, Stefan is just kicking our butts. And then finally, he misses his target and gives me a golden opportunity to restore the name of Rosenthal.
If we win now, we get the Eiffel Tower, and if I miss this, we have to give you the Statue of Liberty back. We'll have that shipped right away.
The great Stefan Jago invites me to his fantastic restaurant, L'Ami Jean, only if I promise to never touch a pétanque ball again. I've eaten at L'Ami Jean a couple of times, and that was before I even knew Stefan Jago. It's still one of my favorite meals in Paris.
This is what you get when you first enter the restaurant. This basket comes to the table, right?
Là.
With the knife, and they can cut for themselves as
with
much
a
as
knife.
they want, right?
Exactly.
Et
This is such a great way to start. Right away, we're involved.
oh,
Making, yeah,
Please.
yes.
James.
Yes.
Up.
Right away, you make friends.
Wow.
Right away, yes. Whoa.
He blowtorches some thyme and some rosemary and then throws on a steamed mackerel.
That's the coolest thing I ever saw. Beautiful.
Then he serves it on a bed of crushed pistachios
Wow.
and tops it with sea salt, almonds, and a vinaigrette.
Oh.
donne atmosphère barbecue.
That's what. Yes, it has the atmosphere of barbecue.
C'est et
Fantastic.
c'est la flamme.
And like a Paris fashion show, this mackerel has another look, this time decked out in fresh green peas and lobster broth.
Merci beaucoup. Nothing he makes takes longer than 5 minutes, and there are infinite variations on everything he does. It's a lesson. It's a lesson in how slight
C'est
changes make huge difference.
exactement. C'est infini. C'est différent, mais toujours même vision. Et c'est ça qui est
That's
important.
well said. Yes. He cooks like he plays sports. He's an athlete. If you look at someone like Passard, look how artfully he's doing, and the gesture is so important, and his gestures are delicate and beautiful and subtle. Now you go 2 generations later to Stefan Jago, and he's punching stuff, and he's mixing fast, and he's got a blowtorch out. You better look out. 2 different paths to delicious.
C'est
That was fast.
c'est très rapide.
Next, he serves up some scallops sauteed in butter with a hint of bacon and onion. So when you eat it with your hands,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely perfect.
I'll eat with you anytime. This is amazing. Oh my God.
Simple. Faut pas. La cuisine, partage. Cœur.
Partage means to share.
Convivial.
It's a word Stefan uses a lot. And now we get to, and I am not kidding, one of the best desserts in the world. This is Stefan Diego's version of rice pudding.
This is nougatine is almonds, pistachio.
Amande, pistache, noix et caramel, beurre salé.
Salted caramel.
Si.
Yes, yes, rice pudding. Who cares? You taste this. It's so.
The best dessert. Feels like the soul of Paris, the soul of France. This kind of cooking.
This whole bistronomy idea of sharing great food with your friends in a casual way. You're looking at one of the great leaders of the whole movement. I can't wait for what comes next.
It's a very good rice pudding.
Well, it's all the world needs. You should serve it at the United Nations. Bonsoir.
You ever been on vacation and you're just walking down the street and you come upon something that's just crazy and magical? What is happening? I didn't get this email.
Superman! Superman! That's the thing about if you take the chance and you travel, these random things can happen to you that you didn't expect, and it's the kind of thing that's not going to happen at home. So you got to get out.
One of the great institutions in Paris is not Parisian. It's not French food.
It's in the Marais, in the Jewish quarter. It's Las Du Falafel, which means falafel lace.
Can I do a falafel shawarma combination?
Yeah.
I like everything.
These are just fried balls of seasoned chickpeas. And this is perfectly spit roasted lamb stuffed into a pita with all kinds of vegetables and hot sauce. The fact that a sandwich like this is so popular in Paris is actually a byproduct of France's long colonial history in the Middle East and North Africa. And this is what we get.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Okay. If you go on Yelp and you put in restaurant Paris, the #1 restaurant that comes up is this, most popular in all of Paris, is this Israeli falafel stand.
This fellow with the walkie-talkie, that's Yomi. He's the boss.
This is your place?
Yeah, this is family business.
Family business.
You like?
I like.
Because if you don't like, I give you money back.
Really?
Yeah.
How about I finish it and then tell you I don't like it, then I get my money back?
No, if you finish, it's finished.
If it's good, you pay double after.
Okay, that's fair. This is the best I ever had. Parlez-vous anglais? Si, oui?
The battle to get a falafel at the window is nothing compared to the action going on behind the counter. Look at this guy go. We didn't speed up the film. My people need me. I'm going in.
How long you work here?
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. Look, electric.
They're not going to trust me with that. I can barely shave myself.
Ask her if she wants spicy.
Spicy? Yes.
You put spicy. Yeah, spicy. Oh! For her. Yes.
Enjoy. Who's next?
Yes.
Come on.
Come on.
You want spicy? Spicy, yeah. That's my department.
Yeah.
I'm your spice man.
Yes, all right.
Okay.
You're getting spicy.
Allez, démarre.
Merci beaucoup. Who's next? Falafel. With everything. Toot. No. All right, talk to him. Falafel. Spicy? No spicy. I got nothing to do. I got it. Hi, Ma.
Hi, Philip. Yeah, hold on. Can you see? Yes.
I can see. There you are. Oh, you're dressed up.
You mean we're not in our pajamas?
For a change. I'm in Paris. Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
That's enough. Before we say anything, what happened with your phone?
Oh.
The phone?
Yes, the phone we thought I lost.
Oh, she found it.
On the night table.
Right there. Right there. Right behind you. It was
So
there.
we spent another half hour. First of all,
First I canceled it. That took 20 minutes. And then I had a call. That took another 20 minutes to reinstate it.
Anyway, what's doing?
Everything is good. I've been having a great time. On Monday when I got here, I went to a famous chef's farm about 2 hours away. I was picking onions and why? Oi, I did it. I can do things.
You did it, but how's your back?
My back is okay. But I walked with the workhorse who was tilling.
Get on top of the horse.
No, I'm Jewish.
Okay.
Have you gone to any movies at all?
No, I'm making a show. I don't have time to go to the movies.
From when to when do you work?
All day we do it.
From what time in the morning to what time?
From 11 to 2.
This is all day.
No, I work. We're doing everybody's. And when I'm not, you have to rest because it takes a lot of energy to talk to you people. Any other news before I go?
I think you've told us everything, and it's nice that you.
Mom, I want you to tie the phone to the chain and chain it to your pocket, and then you can have a thing where you know where Dad is all the time.
Do I need to do that?
I don't want that.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Love to you from everybody. Okay, one more thing to do. Down the street is a pretty wonderful place for me. It's a little controversial because it's expensive. I would say this is the big splurge if you're coming to Paris. But it doesn't feel like a big splurge. It feels like a very homey place. I first heard about it when I read about R.W. Apple, the great food writer for the New York Times, having his 70th birthday here. He said it was his favorite restaurant in the world, and every single thing he had here was magical and phenomenal, including the best roast chicken he ever had. So I became a little obsessed with coming here, and I did. I brought my family, and I thought every single thing that I had here was the best of that I ever had. And then I had a birthday here too. Not just a birthday, but an anniversary. And now I wanted to show you it, and this is it.
And yes, this is the defending title holder of Best Chicken in Paris, maybe the world. And here comes Alix to help with the judging. But first, we're actually invited back into the kitchen for an exclusive look as to how they do it.
They keep everything.
They keep everything. Yeah. Okay. All back in. It gives it flavor. Yes. The neck, the wings go inside. Yeah. All for flavor.
You're gonna go back home and you'll be able to do this for your whole family.
No, I won't. I will just come here whenever I want chicken. This is the secret. This is the secret. Goose fat.
Yes.
I knew it.
And duck fat, a mix of both.
This is what I'm learning today.
No butter, but butter.
No butter. No butter. So just salt, goose fat, duck fat.
Yes.
That's it. 40 minutes.
Wood oven fire, that's what.
Wood oven, very rare.
It's really rare in Paris. I don't think that you can open a restaurant today.
You have to be grandfathered in, as we would say, right?
Yeah,
it's very hot.
Okay. And this is the galette.
Yes.
My favorite potatoes.
They cook it in the fat, more goose fat.
Yes.
And then they smush it in the little pan with
Yes.
more fat, with more goose fat.
This restaurant is all goose fat all the time.
They cook it breast side down so the white meat stays juicy.
Bravo.
A little bit of water to rehydrate. Ah, no, deglaze. Deglaze,
Deglaze.
all the good flavors. Look at that. Look at that
Yes.
bubbling right there.
This is literally making the sauce just by adding that little bit of water.
And now it's Judgment Day.
That sound. I can hear the goose fat singing.
Wow.
Super shiny and juicy. Look at that.
Oh, that's... And the juice.
And the juices.
Come
And
on.
they became all caramelized with like the fat from the chicken, the goose fat, the duck fat, and all that. Merci, monsieur. Merci.
I'm ready for you, my friend. Merci beaucoup. This is the white meat. This is the test.
This is the test. Alors, c'est juicy.
So the skin is perfectly crispy and golden, and the white meat is very juicy.
Super juicy.
We were just gonna taste it, but I think we're eating the whole thing, right? Wow.
Should I serve you?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is a potato galette. I've had it in other restaurants. It's never been, right? Because it's decadent.
Oh la 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 la. Oh la la.
Oh, I love you. That's what my potatoes needed, more potatoes. All right, my dear. Do you feel we've had enough of a taste to declare a winner? I mean, it's not a fair fight,
No, it's not.
but it's a fixed fight that we win. It's fun to take the thing that you know very well, the roast chicken,
Oui.
to a new level, to find the best.
The perfect chicken.
Yeah,
exactly.
people want to find the best. So I'm here to say, come to Paris and have the best chicken you ever had.
I'm gonna have a little bit more of this.
Yeah, I think you should.
The fact that this city is still like this, that doesn't just happen by accident. It's been designed and it's been preserved. Where beauty is a priority. And when you come here, and especially when you come back, these genuine feelings start to accumulate, creating these layers of Paris that become part of you. This street connects you to all the other streets you walk down. The meals and the sights connect you to feelings of pure emotion, which remain as memories for the rest of your life. And the romance. It takes me back to the very first dinner I had here with a girl long ago, just 3 months after we started dating.
We had, you know, the steak frites, and she ate the whole thing, and escargot, and the whole, and then we just went for a walk. And because I had been there the year before, I said, here's something you might recognize, and we turned the corner, and there was Notre Dame all lit up, and she burst into tears. Now, I like to think that Monica married me because I'm ruggedly handsome and charming and wonderful person. But I'm gonna give you boys out there some advice. If you like the girl, Paris. Couldn't hurt.